So get started with all of your fingers pressed down into the floor, your hips back settled on your heels. And take a few moments to get situated. Let your body get heavy down onto your mat. And take a full breath in and fill yourself all the way up. And empty it out. 2 more like that. A full breath in. Big exhale out. Good. Last breath in, fill all the way up. Exhale everything out. Clear some space. And start to create your Ujjayi breath. A long, purposeful inhale with a pause at the top. Long, purposeful exhale with the pause at the bottom. Start to get that rhythm of the breath moving in and out of your body, the rhythm of the breath driving your practice pose by pose, transition by transition. Downward facing dog. Move your body around any way you need to in your down dog. Keep being purposeful about the breath right from the very start. So it takes your attention from all the different things that have been going on today, pulls them down onto your mat, this one thing. And walk your feet up to your hands, hang in ragdoll. You can have your feet a little bit wider if you want them wider apart to really get the 4 corners of both of your feet down into the floor. Intentional about it. Then press into your feet, rise all the way up to standing. Reach through your fingertips, bring your thumbs to heart center. Set your intention for your practice, make it something simple and clear. We'll send out all those intentions with 3 ohms. Deep breath in. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull with your weights. High push up and pause. Instead of knee to elbow, tap your foot, your right foot on the outside of your mat and bring it back in. Yep, left foot on the outside and bring it back in. So we'll do toe taps tonight instead of knee taps. Low push up, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 3 breaths together. In, empty it out. Good. 2 more. Breath in, breath out. Last one. Fill up. Exhale everything out. Move forward, feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. Rise up. Reach through your fingertips. Forward fold. Halfway lift with your weights. High push up. Toe tap on the right. Toe tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath in together. Full breath out. Breath in, expand. And empty. Good. Last one. Get all the air out. Empty, empty, empty. Step or jump to the head of your mat. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. Rise up. Lift your chest. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push up. Toe tap. Toe tap. Low push up. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Full breath in together. Purposeful exhale. Yes. Breathe in. Expand. Press your fingers down on your exhale. Last one. Clear everything out. Move forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain. Rise up. Look up between your fingers. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Toe tap. Toe tap. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths together. In. Empty out. Breath in. Breath out. Good. 1 more. Get all the way empty. Look forward and move. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Last sunny. Rise up to standing. Stretch. forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull, high plank. Toe tap on the right, toe tap on the left, low plank. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Full breath in together. Big exhale out. Breathe in. Push the air back out. Last one. Exhale completely. Step or jump to your hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull, fold down. Chair pose and breathe. Get way back into it. Yes, you can have your weights in your hands in your chair. Sit way back in your hips. Take a big breath in here. Twist right on your exhale. Inhale, open. Stay for the whole breath out. Back up to chair. Reach, twist left. Inhale, open. Stay for the breath out. Back up to chair. Press, forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High plank. Toe tap, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. Step through. Weights in your hands or no. Up to the ceiling. Low push up. Hands to the mat. Inhale up. Exhale down. Left side warrior. Step through. Press all the way up. Long straight arms. Chaturanga. Hands to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale down. Take one breath in together. Big exhale out. Step or jump to the head of your mat. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose for one breath. Sit back and reach. Twist right on your exhale. Inhale, open. Stay for the breath out. Back up to chair. Reach. Twist left. Open on the breath in. Stay for the breath out. Back to chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High plank. Toe tap on the right. Toe tap on the left. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. Step long inhale as you reach. Chaturanga on your exhale. Keep building that breath. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left side warrior one. Step and stretch the sides of your body. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One breath in together. One breath out. Move forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. Reach. Twist right. Inhale, open. Stay for the breath out. Good. Chair pose. Stretch. Twist left. Open on the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Back up to chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High plank. Toe tap, low plank. Upward facing, downward facing. Warrior one right side. Step, take your gaze up to the ceiling. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, step through and go. Take your gaze up, fingertips up. Chaturanga, hands to the mat. Inhale up. Exhale down. One breath in. Clear it all out. Yeah, you can sigh, move forward, feet to hands. You're moving things out. Halfway lift, tricep pull, fold down. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Twist right. Inhale, open. Stay for the breath out. Good. Chair pose, reach. Twist left. Open on the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Back up to chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High plank. Toe tap. Welcome back, Ratana. Low push up. Upward facing. Downward facing. Warrior one right side. Big deep lunge. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side. Warrior one. Step and go. Low push up. Upward facing. Downward facing. Take a breath in together. Sigh it out. Yeah, move forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Last some B, you got it. Chair pose. Twist right. Inhale, open. Stay and twist. Chair pose, stretch. Twist left. Open on the inhale. Stay for the breath out. Chair pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High plank. Firm up your belly, toe tap and toe tap, low plank, upward facing, downward facing dog, right side warrior one, step into it. Long, slow inhales, you stretch up, low push up, upward facing, downward facing, left side, step through. One big breath to stretch your body up, low push up. Inhale up, exhale, downward facing dog. Oh, yes, fingertips connected, toes connected. Send your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Flip your dog. Go all the way over and then already choose without extra thinking. You'll do a cactus arm with the one arm. You'll do a wheel pose if it's there for you. Yes, Jay. Yeah, you just step into that space, lots of space, then flip back over, side plank. Weight in your left hand and up to the ceiling. Yeah, Lexi, I see you there with that heavier weight in front. Hand up to the ceiling. Press the ground away with your bottom hand. Press it so much that your bottom armpit comes up and into your body. Yes, Roy, like that. Last breath here. High to low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Send your left leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open. Flip your dog. All the way over, connect, feet connected, then up and away from the floor. Peel your chest open as far as it'll go. Whether you're in the three-legged dog or in the flip dog, as far as that chest will go. Then flip back over, side plank, weight in your right hand and up to the ceiling. Yes, and then Ratana step, bring your weight a little bit further forward so your arm, yeah, there you go. Your top arm stacked right on top of your bottom arm. Good, beautiful, Jenna. One more breath. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in together. Clear it out. Yeah, breathe in and empty on purpose. One more. Clear it out. Right side crescent lunge. Step through. Yep, keep the breath going. Hands up to the ceiling. You can have weights in both of your hands. Keep that shoulder integrated into your upper back. Both of your shoulders pull in towards your spine, deep into your body. Let's do knee taps with the back leg. It can go down without touching the mat. 5, 4, good. 3, 2, 1. Stretch up tall, twist right. You can keep the weights in your hands or put them on the floor. You're in a crescent twist. Open your arms. Bring that steady rhythmic breath into it. No matter what's happening, no matter which pose, how big the challenge, the breath always there. Take one more inhale here. Stay for the whole exhale, then warrior two, unwind. Right on into warrior two legs. If you're keeping the weights in your hands for the warrior two, make sure you got the shoulder blades together and down your back. Rather than having your neck and your shoulders bunching up together, extended side angle. Steady rhythmic breath. Stay deep in that lunge in the front leg. Yes, Megan, even further forward than that, lunge deep. Then half bind or full bind. Heart wide open towards the long edge of your mat. Press it up and out through your chest. Yes, Alexi, just like that. One more inhale. Chaturanga on your exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot crescent lunge. Step through. Know that you've always got your mouth like an emergency hatch. You need to exhale, get the extra heat out, do that, and then come back to rhythmic breath. Knee dips with that back knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, keep breathing. 1, stretch up, twist left. Plug your front big toe mound way down into the mat and open up your arms. Steady rhythmic breath. Use that breath to wring out your entire torso, past your thigh, your low belly in and up and past your thigh. One more breath. Stay for the exhale. Get complete. Warrior two. Up and around, then settle your shoulders and your upper back together and in towards your spine. Stay low in your lunge, extended side angle. Let that breath flow in and out of your body. When things start to feel challenging or they're getting more complicated, back down into your breath to keep it simple. Take your bind. Heart stays wide open. Beautiful. One more breath. High to low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take one breath in together. Big exhale out. Move forward, feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose and stay. Way back into that chair. Let the sweat drip. Let the heat build from your legs all the way up to your fingertips. Go from chair pose to iron footstool. Come onto the ball mounds of your feet. Yes, thighs parallel with the floor. Sit down low. Beautiful. Drop your heels, hands to heart. Twist right. Stay low in it. Stay low in the work of it. The muscle to bone connection. Open up your arms. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair, forward fold. Take your first 2 fingers around your big toes. Yeah, sigh if you need to. Breathe out through your mouth. Use that emergency hatch and then come back in. So it's not about, can I keep my breath consistently slow the whole time? Like, yes, let the heart get elevated. Let the breath get elevated, and then choose to slow it back down so there's balance. You slow the heart rate back down so there's balance. Take crow pose from the head of your mat. That's what makes the harder work and the bigger challenge more accessible. There's more ease there because you create the balance between the effort and the ease. Squeeze the inner edges of your feet together. Yes, Jay. Beautiful. One more breath. Step or jump back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take one breath in together. Big exhale out. Move forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. Down into it. I feel like it's really thunderbolt pose when we're doing it in Ignite. All the way back in your heels. Then shift to iron footstool. Ball mounds of your feet. Yes. Squeeze into center. Drop your heels, hands to heart, twist left. Stay in it. Lots of powerful breathing here. Open your arms here for 5, 4. Toes are light. 3, 2, 1. Chair pose. Fold. Gorilla. Step on your palms. Do the work. Build the heat. Build the heat. Let it slow back down. That's part of the work, being in control of and choosing to stay in the work. Crow pose number 2. If crow is starting to feel pretty comfortable in your practice, go for the next piece. And that could look like you practicing jumping back to chaturanga. That could look like an inversion. There's a lot of different things. So if you get to the point where you're like, I'm just not really sure what the next thing is here, try something on. Get a little bit messy with it. Yes, you've got one more breath wherever you are. Step or jump back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in together. Clear it out. Good. 2 more. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Clear it all out. Move forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull, fold down. Rise all the way up to standing. Eagle pose, right side. Right arm under, right leg over. Come right back into the breath. Wake up your lifted foot. Yes, that much. A flexed ankle, toes that are wide awake. A lot of you have been practicing for a long time. Like, now is the time to start fine-tuning each and every pose. Keep your arms bound. Take airplane with your legs. Press, press, press with that lifted foot. Wake it up so much that that lifted leg starts to shake. Like, really press. Yes, that much. Airplane with your arms. Full extension. Beautiful. Keep that work in the lifted leg. press. You know the space where the muscle has to squeeze into the bone. Half moon. The muscle has to squeeze into the bone and the foot has to stay awake. Toes have to stay awake. You can stay right here or take sugar cane. Grab a hold of the top ankle with your top hand. Yeah, and even if that's a little messy, like try that on and let that be okay that it's wobbly. Like you're not sure if you're going to stick it. Yeah, you're not sure if you're going to keep the balance. Good. One more breath. Both feet to the floor. Eagle pose, left side. Left arm under, left leg over. You got it. And then come back into the breath. So when things get unsure in the practice, you're not sure what the outcome is going to be, and then you do the thing anyway, cool, do that. Whatever the outcome is, move on to the next thing. Let your brain settle right into eagle pose here. Wake up your lifted foot. The toes on your lifted foot. Yes, there it is. Keep your arms bound. Take airplane with your legs. Press a lot. Something that the person next to you might not be able to see. Like there's so much muscle to bone action in that lifted leg. Full airplane. Stretch, stretch, stretch with that lifted leg. Yes, there it is. It gets lighter. It lifts up that way. Half moon, open up. When you put in that extra piece of work of the top leg being very active, the whole pose opens up and gets light. Sugar cane. Then the breath got a little quiet. You're thinking too much. Come back to your breath. I know. One more inhale. Both feet to the floor. Shake it out. Reset. Standing bow or dancer's pose, right side. Make sure the soft crease of your elbow is facing out for your standing bow, or you can grab your strap for dancers. Take your pose. I want everyone in here to focus on square hips tonight in your standing bow or dancer. Square hips. So that may mean that you're not kicking as high, but your hips are nice and square towards the floor. Yes, don't need to kick as high. Just rotate that right hip down towards the floor. Yeah, good adjustments. Left side, standing bow or dancers with the attention on square hips. Eyes set to one spot. And if you get a feeling of like it's stuck, there's a stuckness to getting your hips square, come out of the pose just a little bit. Give yourself wiggle room so you can square the hips down towards the mat. Nice. Right side, second set. You got it. Keep that attention on your hips. Square the hips to the floor. Take your pose. Press. So there's a space where the hips are square. See if you can press a little bit further. Get the stretch. Yes, Jenna, right across the top of your hip. Yes, Roy. Left side. Oof, I know. It's a different pose when you start paying attention to alignment. Hips square to the floor. So from the outside, from someone untrained in the practice of yoga, it may look like, oh, something's kind of happening, but maybe not. But there's a lot of work to keeping things in alignment when you go pose by pose. One more breath. Both feet to the floor. Tree pose, right side. Two options with your tree. You can do cactus arms with your weights, or you can take that cow face spine with top arm up, bottom arm behind. If you can't quite meet your fingertips, you can grab a hold of your shirt or a band between your hands. Stand up nice and tall. Nice and tall, right here in center. If you're tapping your hands overhead with the cactus arms, go ahead and start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, drishti, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left side tree. Switch which arm is on top of you. Got that cow face bind. Cactus arms again if you've got your weights. You're going to breathe this whole tree pose. Tap your hands overhead. 10, 9, 8, 7. More breath. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both feet right at the head of your mat. Extended mountain. Reach up to the ceiling. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High push up. Toe tap. Toe tap. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in together. Clear it out. Good. Breath in. And clear it. Last one. Get all that breath out. Right side triangle. Step through. You got it. Keep that breath flowing as you set up that triangle pose. You can have a weight in your top hand in your triangle. You can have your open hand, open triangle. Stretch your hands apart from one another. Bottom hand further to the floor, top hand higher up to the ceiling. Take a half bind, top arm around your back, right into that crease, that front hip crease. And if it can't quite reach, just tuck it behind your back and grab a hold of your shirt. Good. Maybe a full bind. That bottom hand comes underneath your thigh to meet the fingertips. A little trickier in triangle pose to get that full bind there. Press into both of your feet. Rise all the way up to standing. Side facing wide leg forward fold. Hinge down. We're doing ninja lunges on this side. Bend your right knee, sink into your right hip. And over to the left side, into your left hip. Since you're nice and juicy now, hips have more space to work with. See if you can get low enough on the one side that your extended leg, that foot turns up toward the ceiling. So straight legs, foot. Yeah, like that. Turns up toward the ceiling. That'll add a little bit of extra oomph into it. Bring your breath into it now. It's like a wave. As you go side to side, the breath is incorporated. One more time on both sides to get even. And then you'll all meet up in center. Rise all the way up. Namaste, front facing forward fold or split pose. You choose which one you want to do. Take a bind behind your back if you're taking the reverse namaste. Hinge down. Steady rhythmic breath. Set your eyes to one point and get your focus on the breath. Now that you've got your feet wide awake to create the foundation of this pose, pull the pit of your belly in and up and pull that integration up into your body. The feet and leg integration now up into the center of your body. Twisting triangle or twisting split, bring yourself out. The center of your body pulls in and up and integrates. So space right below your navel, into the front of your spine and into the twist with you. Yes. If you're in twisting triangle and want to take twisting half moon, just shift your block or your hand forward and float the back leg up to the sky. One more breath here. High to low push up you go. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side triangle, step through. Super long legs, super long arms. Go for the longest limbs you can in this pose. If you've got a weight in the top hand, great. If not, great. And take the half bind, top arm around your back, tuck it into the hip crease. You might even use those fingertips to help pull your hips to the back edge of your mat. Yes, Rubes, like that. And then full bind if it's there for you. Front arm on the inside. It comes underneath your thigh to meet those fingertips. Press into your feet. Rise all the way up to standing. Side facing wide leg fold. Two options tonight. You can interlace your hands at your low back and spill forward, or wide leg handstand hops. If you're taking those hops, spread out your fingertips super wide. Then it's just slow and easy, more of a press than a hop. You press your hands, your weight down into your palms so your legs get light. Yes, Jay, like that. It's almost silent when you've got those hops going. You press and lift, press and lift. Those of you with the bind, keep a softness to your elbows, a little bit of a bend. Yes, Megan, like that. Release your hands down, rise all the way up. Namaste front facing or splits. Then the breath got a little quiet, so bring that piece back into it. Yeah, just like that. You flip the switch and the breath is back in the room. Breath is back on your screen. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Take the grounded foundation of your feet and legs up into the rest of your body. Twisting triangle or twisting split. Pit of your belly way in and up so the whole torso can ring out toward the side of the room. Send your tailbone straight back behind you. Yes, one more breath. High to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full big inhale. Big exhale. 2 more. Breath in. Breath out. Good. 1 more. Clear it out completely. Roll out to your high plank. Knees to elbows. Mountain climbers. At your own pace. Go for the count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower to the floor. Set up for Superman. Reach your hands straight out in front of you. You can have a block between your hands or weights in your hands, but you need that core integration, that low belly in and up to protect your low back. Rise up off the mat. Yeah, squeeze in and rise up. That in between can be cactus arms here. If you're holding the weight or block, you can do cactus arms. Beautiful. 1 more breath. Lower down. Take your hips side to side. Second set, rise up. Pit of your belly in and up, front ribs into center. Whole body pulls into center line to create a lightness and a lift here. Yes, now wake up your feet and your toes. There it is. 1 more breath. Lower down. Take it side to side. Floor bow. Grab a hold of your ankles. Rise up and away from the mat. As much as you press your shins to the back edge of your mat, press your chest forward to the front of your mat. I feel like a lot of times in the floor bow, there's so much attention on the legs that the chest is just kind of hanging out. Actively press your chest forward. Yes. 1 more breath. Lower down. Take it side to side. Floor bow number 2, rise up. You got it. Heart away from your shins. Pull those 2 points apart from one another. Get as big in this pose as you can. Now flex your ankles, spread your toes apart. 1 more breath. Lower down. Take it side to side. Upward facing dog. Rise up off your mat. Downward facing dog. Press back. Lower your knees for camel. 1 camel pose tonight. Press your knees, your toes down into the floor. From there, rise up and away from the ground. So you can have your hands on your heels or your hands on your low back. Either one is fine. We'll work the breath together here. Take a deep breath in. Lift your chest up to the ceiling. Press your feet down on your exhale. Good. Inhale, expand the chest. Exhale, press your feet down into the floor. 1 more inhale. Press down on the exhale. Come up and out of the pose. Downward facing dog. Oof. Neutralize your spine. Look between your hands. Step or jump through to sit. Come into staff pose. Legs straight out in front. Slow as you can, lower your back to the mat. Slow as you can. Breathe on the way down too, though. Slow and breathe on the way down. Yeah, none of you are breathing still. Keep breathing on the way down. I can hear you. I may be blind, but I'm not deaf. When you get there, bridge pose, press your feet down into the floor, rise on up. You can have a block between your thighs if you like that for more integration. Squeeze in, rise up. Press your shoulder blades down into the mat and walk your shoulder heads together underneath you. Yes. 1 more breath here. Lift up, lower down. Take your knees side to side. Move that block out of the way if you have the block between your thighs. Bridge number 2, rise up. Bring your right knee into your chest. Press your right foot up to the sky. Press and pulse your hips up to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Press your left leg up to the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, knee side to side. All right, yogis, get your hands nice and wide. Mat width distance apart. Press down and rise up. Wheel pose. Press down, rise up, wheel pose. Yes, set your eyes to one spot and plug your big toe mounds down into the floor. Tuck your chin and come down. Full breath in together. Big exhale out. Number 2, press down and rise up. Wheel pose. Yes, that integration, feet, core, and hands all together. Lower down. Full breath in. Full breath out. Number 3, press down and rise. Use the power that you've built in your practice already. Get up and away from the floor. Lower down. Breath in. Breath out. Rise up. Number 4, you've got it. Up and away. Yes, fully connected to the earth. Lower down. Breath in. Breath out. Rise up. Yes, some of you are staying. What's possible when you stay up longer? Is a bigger back bend? Is leg in the air possible? Arm in the air possible? Then come on down. Breath in together. Full breath out. Last one. Bridge your wheel. Press down, lift up. Whole body expressing out from the very center out to your extremities. Tuck your chin. Come on down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Oh, yeah. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it through your mouth. Clear that out. Yeah. Get settled in. Bones heavy down on the mat. A long neutral spine. Happy baby or dead bug. Keep your right knee bent. Straighten out your left leg. And if you can't hold on to the foot while you've got that leg straight, you can hold on to your calf or the back of your thigh. It's straight out to the side. Bring that back to center. Bend the knee, straighten the opposite leg. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Rock forward and back 3 times. Make your way to a high push-up position. Shoulders stacked right on top of your wrists. Shoulders stacked on top of your wrists. High plank. Step your right foot on the outside edge of your mat. Step it out to the side. Good. Keep it right there. Step your left foot out to the side. Yep, so you're in a wide stance. Both feet are on the outside edges of your mat. Step your right foot in. Step your left foot in. Good. Right foot out. Left foot out. Right foot in. Left foot in. One more time. Right out. Left out. Right in. Left in. Forearm plank. Oh, yeah. Forearm plank. Come down to your forearms. You may need to adjust the length, the distance between your elbows and your toes. Forearm plank. Press, press, press into your forearms. Now, all you'll do is dip your right hip down towards the floor. It won't touch. Yep, it's like a twist and a dip. And then twist over to the left and dip it down. Go side to side for 10, 9, 8. Keep breathing. 7, 6, 5. I know. 4, 3. You've got it. 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Oh, super fun, right? Jump through to sit, come into boat pose. Come into boat pose. Block or weights at hand center. You can just have your hands at heart center too. That works. Lift up nice and tall. Press up and out through your chest. We'll do one set of row the boat side to side. Go for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees in. Downward facing dog. Oh, lots of fantastic facial expressions are happening right now. Downward facing dog. Right side half pigeon. Make your way there. Right knee to right wrist. If you like taking the pose on your back, of course, you're always welcome to take it reclined. Keep that back foot active. So what I mean by that, tuck your toes on your back foot. You don't need to lift your back knee off the ground, but tuck your toes on your back foot. And if you're reclined, it's a flexed ankle. Your left ankle is flexed. Steady rhythmic breath. Because there's a difference between letting that one leg, your left leg, kind of hang out and something's kind of happening or maybe not, and actively making sure that that leg stays part of your pose. And that's not to say that the pose is less than or worse or not as good if the back leg is kind of hanging out. It's just not the full pose. Come onto your mat and you give 100% of what you've got to give every single time. There's never going to be a point where you walk out of the room or you walk off your mat at home and you're like, could have took it or left it. If you're up to making the space in your life to come into the room or onto your mat at home, you're up to making a shift. You're up to making something happen and something be different in your physical body and in your life. A few more breaths here. Downward facing dog, shake it out. Left side half pigeon. Toes tucked on the back foot if you're facing the floor. Ankle flexed on the bottom foot if you're reclined. And if there's a resistance to doing that, like a resistance to flexing the ankle or tucking the toes, check in with that. Why is there a resistance? Is it just, I don't want to do that, it's harder? Or is it like, what are you bumping up against that's stopping you from doing that one simple thing that will bring your entire physical body into the pose? That's one of the things that yoga is really good at, bringing this stuff up to the surface that makes you uncomfortable, that shoves you past your comfort zone and makes you look at it. So whether it's a small thing, I'm tired, I don't want to do that piece, or if it's a bigger thing, take a look. A few more breaths. Take a look and fine-tune the listening of what's going on in your physical body, literally moment by moment. Frog pose in studio, face the windows. Alexi and Ratana, however you want to set up your frog pose. I'm a big fan of having a block underneath my chest or under my forehead in frog pose. If you want to take that along, go ahead. Take the time to set up the pose. If some of you prefer that wide leg seated fold, and that's great too. You can certainly take that. Eyes set to one spot. Put your attention on your breath. Typically, there's a place in hip openers or in opening poses in general where you get to right up to an edge of a thing and you're like, yep, I'm not going any further than that. Instead of hovering and doing extra work of keeping yourself out of whatever's on the other side, let the pose take over. It shows up like that in life too, right? Like you're holding something together by the skin of your, like your fingernails are digging into something to keep it together exactly how you think it should be. And it would be so much easier just to let it go and do what it needs to do. So much easier to let go into the pose. So much easier to let go of that relationship, that friendship. That's just so much work to keep together. Let it go. Stay right here and breathe. What will it take? How much discomfort does it have to take before you let that thing go? And there's a little bit after that, like you, okay, yes, I've let go. And then what's next? What's the piece after that? Let go more. There you go, Lexi. Yep. A few more breaths here. Yeah, you got it. Just stay right in the work. Slowly make your way out. No rush. Oh, yeah. Seated single leg extension, right side. Then we'll do the leg lifts on the right side. So right leg out, left heel in. And then either templed fingertips or your fists down by your hips, depending on how long your arms are. Stand up nice and tall. So the tendency is to round your back and take yourself out of the stretch. Stay up nice and tall. Lift your right leg off the floor. Slowly lower it back to the mat. Lift up, 4. Slowly lower. Good. 3. And lower. 2. And lower. Last one, lift as high as it'll go. Slowly lower it down and fold forward over your leg. I know, Ruby, it is so hard. This little tiny movement in your leg, that contraction of your quad muscle. And though, now that your quad is contracted, you can pull where it's attached, right at the top of your hip. Pull that deep into your body, deep into your hip crease. Then gate pose. Plant your left palm behind your left hip. Reach up and out through your right fingertips. Yeah, open up the whole front side of your body. Good. Lower back down. Switch legs. Left leg out. Right heel in. Sit up nice and tall. Hands by your hips to keep your tall spine. Flex your ankle. Lift it up. Slowly lower. Good. 4 more. 4. And lower. It's okay if it's not too high. 3. And lower. Good. 2. And lower. Last one. Lift. And lower it down. Fold forward. That's that deceptive piece when people are walking by the studio and they're like, they're barely doing anything in there. Everyone's dripping sweat. So much is happening. Toes right up to the ceiling. Then put your attention back on your breath. Gate pose. Right palm by your right hip. Reach up and out. Left fingertips long and stretched out. Lower back down. Seated forward fold. Both legs in front. Hinge right at your hips. Toes up to the ceiling. Yeah, you might have enough space that maybe there's a block in front of your feet too, and you add a little length there. That also gives you something to press into with the 4 corners of your feet. It gives you something to press. Yes. Good. Tabletop or reverse plank. Plant your hands behind your hips, hips up to the ceiling. Tabletops, press your heels straight down into the mat. Plank, squeeze your inner thighs together so your knees can get a little softer. Yes, Ratan, I like that. Beautiful. One more breath. Lower down. Come down onto your back. Let's get upside down. Last opportunity to get upside down. Shoulder stand, handstand, headstand, waterfall. However you need to get inverted, do that. Whichever thing you pick, know that it's the right one. It's the right one. And then just bring your breath. Good. So we've got waterfalls and we've got shoulder stands going on right now. Those of you in shoulder stand, walk your elbows closer together. Yes. And those of you in waterfall, pull the pit of your belly down towards the floor, especially if you've got a block underneath there. It gives you more room to kind of pull that down to the front of your spine. Pull your ribs together on your front. Shoulder stands, make your way to plow. Keep your feet active in plow. Don't let them hang on the ends of your legs. Active plow. Maybe that plow means your legs are wide today. And plow to deaf yogi. Hug your knees around the sides of your head. Slowly bring your back to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest and give them a squeeze. Then cross your right thigh over your left, kind of like eagle legs. Right thigh over your left thigh. Supine twist. Drop your knees. Twist and ring out the opposite way. So you may need to scoot your bottom hips or readjust your shoulders a little bit because it'll deepen that twist. See if you can stretch out the line from the top of your hip to your top knee. Pull that line really long. Come back to center. Switch which leg is on top. Supine twist the opposite way. Make the adjustments with the shoulders, with the bottom hip, and get situated on the floor. Good. A long line from your top hip to the top knee. Stretch that line out nice and long. Bring it back to center. Supta Baddha Konasana. Let your muscles settle down deep into your bones, towards your bones. Shavasana. Take up all the space you need. Hands out, legs out. Let your eyes settle back into your eye sockets. And take a long breath in through your nose. Fill up, fill up, fill up. Exhale it out. Let your entire body rest easy on your mat. Whether we stay or take ourselves out of a pose is determined by what we tell ourselves. We all have a default voice in our head that urges us to give up when the pose doesn't look like we think it should, when we don't get what we want or what we worked for, when it gets hard, when we fail. I've heard so many variations of what people tell themselves on the mat when things get challenging. What does that voice whisper to you in the moment of giving up? The specific inner chatter that urges you to quit your flow is the signal that you've fallen into the default zone. You want to start paying attention to where you've entered your default zone, because recognizing it is where the possibility for transformation lies. A pose is the perfect opportunity to confront what you do when things get hard. When you're in a pose, you're in the action of life. Your default will show up right away as soon as you're squeezed. You'll notice that what comes up in the moment of giving up is a bunch of words, just words. And you give the words power. You act and don't act based on all the conversations in your head. You empower those conversations and then act accordingly. But consider that thoughts actually don't have to be directly connected to action. You can have thoughts, but you're not your thoughts. And they definitely don't have to run the show. You can take conscious action in the face of any thought or inner conversation if you're alert and aware that it's there. You have all the power. You get to decide what you do in the moment of wanting to give up. So what would your practice and your life, for that matter, look like if you did not empower the noise in your head? What if you relate to that conversation as just words, let them go, and stayed in the pose so it can flow? Deepen your breath. Bring some movement back into your hands and your feet. And plant your feet on the floor and rock onto your right side. With your eyes still closed, press down and rise up. Take a comfortable seat. Inhale, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll finish our practice together with 3 final ohms. Deep breath in. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Thumb knuckles to forehead center. Thank you so much for signing in online, for coming in the studio and doing the hard work. Namaste. Good work, everybody.